Energy. Hit music only.
I'm Armin van Buuren. I'm here to play a really big show tonight. My biggest show so far in Stockholm, in Sweden. And I'm also really happy that my recent singles have done really well in Sweden. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, you have millions of plays on Spotify. How does that feel? Soon a milliard, right?
Yeah.
They say billion it's called.
Yeah.
Miljard is called in Swedish. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing to know that so many people actually like your music. You know, you make music, of course, for yourself. When you're in the studio, you want to have a good time. But of course, you hope that other people like it as well. And some of my tracks are a little bit more experimental than others. So I just received a gold record for the sales of Another You in Sweden, which is really great because I always looked up to Sweden as the country where all the music comes from, you know. So being a Dutch guy, being here and, you know, seeing the tracks doing so well, it's amazing. I love trance. I've always loved it. I will always support it. And on my new album, you will find a few typical trance tracks, like the opening track, Embrace. But it has, apart from the typical trance elements that you would expect in a trance track, I now invited a trumpet player, Erik Vloeimans, who's known for all his work with Baroque and jazz music. So he comes from a completely different type of music, and I think that if trance wants to move on, we need to stay open to the, you know, to the emotion. But I mean, I feel sometimes it's walking a little bit, part of trance is walking in a circle. You know, it's just the same sound that we heard 10 years ago. So with Embrace, I'm literally trying to explore the boundaries of where I can go. I mean, obviously it will always upset some fans because they expect something different maybe, but I think it's my assignment to try and, you know, do something that I like in the studio, something that inspires me. And through this album, I learned so much from working with, you know, Mr. Props, Kensington, you know, Gavin DeGraw, Erik Vloeimans, you know, and also a more safe collaboration trance-wise with Cosmic Gate. So no, I'm definitely, I have no plans to walk away from it. I'm just trying to explore the boundaries and, you know, stay away from the fact that trance may become too formulaic sometimes.
It feels like you're become a mentor. You've been in the music industry a long time. I know that I met Hellberg, a young Swedish DJ in Amsterdam, and he's like he's working a lot with Tiesto. Tiesto is helping him a lot. Do you feel that's a nice thing to be looked up to and be sort of an idol for young new musicians?
Yeah, of course, it's nice if people look up to you, but on the other hand, I also feel it's a bit strange because it's not like I know what good music is or something, you know. I'm sure that not every...
Well, 92 million plays on Spotify.
I know, but still, you know, my music is not perfect. I mean, I just do what I love and I'm having an amazing time, but I'm not like, oh, you know, I can decide who becomes the next. I mean, some people sometimes give me credit for saying, hey man, thank you for helping me, or you broke my record, or you broke my career. And then I think that's only partially true. You know, I'm just a guy in the middle. I always tell these people like, okay, man, well, thank you for giving me the props, but if you made a shit track, I wouldn't have played it. So it's not just because he's a nice guy or a nice girl, or it's really because I feel the track and I want to play it and really build it from there. So that is really important to stress. The artist always has to do it himself. That's the most important thing. This is what I keep young talent saying young talent as well. I can help you, I can support you, I can give you a stage, I can give you plays on my radio show, but my influence only goes so far. Because I know I have a lot of fans, but I also know a lot of people who don't like my music. So, you know, it's just you. I can help you a little bit, but in the end of the day, the artist is always have to do it on his own.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I think it's fair too. You're supporting the good music, right?
I hope so.
So, are you gonna become like this really cool, crazy radio host and start to become radio host on full time?
That's actually the first time anybody's ever asked me that. I'll tell you a little secret. I am a massive fan of radio. Massive fan of...
like your radio, you have a radio voice.
Thank you. No,
want to work here?
Yeah, my Swedish is not very good, and I don't think you want to listen to a Dutch guy speaking on Swedish radio too much. Maybe you'll do a better job. I'll have to learn to speak Swedish. But yeah, you're right. I love making radio. I take my radio job very serious. I analyze my radio shows that I do every week very thoroughly. I listen back to all my shows that I've done every week, and I've never made the perfect radio show. There's so much to learn in radio as well. It's really a craft, you know, to make an interesting radio show that people will keep on listening to, especially if it's it's like a genre-based radio show, like a State of Trance. It's just a lot of work to really focus on it. But you're asking me about a daytime personality show. That's what you're asking, right? Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing. I'm very much into like the news and discussions with other people. And yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, if the DJ career is over, maybe I'll start a personality radio show. That would actually be amazing, I think. But before I can do that, I really have to stress that I have a lot to learn still. I think if I really want to go down that path, maybe I have some experience, of course, but really having a personality radio show, I'm sure you know, is a different thing. It's like something you have to learn.
Talking about radio, talking about Sweden, I have a little test.
Okay.
So we have the Svenska godistestet. I have some Swedish candy here. I'd like you to try.
Okay.
Try to read it too. What does it say?
Jungle Vral?
Yeah.
Jungle Vral.
Yeah, Jungle Vral. So have a little bite of the Swedish classic candy. I'm not gonna give you any hint on what it might taste like.
Whoa, very salty. Oh my God. I think my mom used to eat something that was close to this. Right.
You have them in Holland too? No,
Not
the
exactly
Netherlands.
like this, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's nice? Oh, great.
I like the things with a lot of taste.
So maybe this will be good tonight on November Lights. You can just like eat the whole bag and then you just go out for an hour and do your best gig ever.
I will try. Thank you very much.
Energy. Hit music only.